Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gillis TV back here today, and first and foremost, sorry for not posting the last few days. Been dealing with some personal stuff, but I am back. And of course, another thing I want to get off topic here is thank you to Cap Friendly. Cap Friendly has officially shut its website down. If you go to it, it says thank you, and they mention a bunch of names that they are grateful for. This coming after the Washington Capitals bought them 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or so. But it's official. Cap Friendly is now done. So a lot of my stuff's just coming from Google. So thank you for Cap Friendly. Now, let's get into some Edmonton Oilers things here. First and foremost, watch the Ryan McLeod interview with the Buffalo Press after being traded from the Edmonton Oilers with Ty Tullio for Matthew Savoy, and he looks bummed. And I don't blame him. Going from a team that was one win away, or couple goals away from a Stanley Cup, and going to a Buffalo Sabres team who they do have an upside, but we'll see how he does. He looked really upset, bummed, and stuff in that. So a quick little update on how Ryan McLeod is doing. Now let's get into the moral of this video. Well, with the Ryan McLeod trade, we are still about $400K, I believe it was, over the salary cap with Dylan Holloway and Philip Proberg yet to sign. So they are working on deals, hopefully for them, but we need to get cap space. And there's kind of three people I would say, and I know one's kind of out of the blue in a sense due to the fact that it doesn't really make sense for this player to play on that side, but hey, we got to try and figure out everything here. And first and foremost, let's start with the number one name that's been swirling around. Even Frank Severelli said there is a market for him. That is Cody Ceci. Cody Ceci, hasn't had a bad career in Edmonton. Plus 31. He has 64 points, 300 and some hits in like 294 games. Not bad. But as Oilers fans, we always like to see the negative inside of things. And that's kind of where we always remember the times he was on the ice for goals. The turnover that cost us a goal. Plus 31, he was on the ice for more goals than against, but we don't remember much about what he scored. He has 11 goals in his time with Edmonton, and so on and so forth. So Cody Ceci, of course, carrying a $3.25 million contract, which, okay, you take off the $400K that we still owe, you're sitting at $2.85. Well, you could get Holloway and Proberg hopefully under 2.8 together, and then have that cap reassurance at the deadline where you can use that extra flexibility. So that is Cody Ceci. We all know Cody Ceci's name's been swirling around. The next one, of course, Evander Kane, carrying that $5.125 million cap hit. Only thing with Kane is no one knows what his situation is with his hip. Does he need surgery? Rumors have it he was golfing with a couple buddies. He's out and about doing things that looks like saying his hip is fine. So we got to kind of keep an eye on that. And of course, he has a no movement clause as well in his contract, which now he has to accept a trade. But like I said, with Ryan McLeod going from a team that was a couple goals away from winning the Stanley Cup, why would Evander Kane want to leave that, right? So we got to kind of start thinking about that as well. So Evander Kane's no trade clause could be a reason. But hey, LTIR is always an option. They could do what Vegas does, because Vegas is the kings of the loophole for that. Might as well do it ourselves too. So Evander Kane, kind of a guy to watch out for. I'm just going to look into his stats with the Edmonton Oilers last season here, because he was a physical guy. He was the physical presence the Edmonton Oilers needed. 250 plus hits, plus 25 plus goals. I think there's only one other player to do that last season, and that was Brady Tkachuk, and we know what Brady Tkachuk could do. And Evander Kane was in that list, but in the playoffs, he had 8 points in 20 games, minus 7. He only had 43 points in 76 games, minus 17. So you kind of look at that, and the production from when he first arrived after San Jose in Edmonton, he produced a lot. Got this contract due to his performance, and it's been on the downhill. Now, to defend him there, he did have a lot of time off between San Jose and Edmonton. So there's always that too, that he got rested before that playoff run, which he played amazing in, don't get me wrong. Sorry, it's been a rough morning. So there is Evander Kane that the Oilers could ask to waive his no-trade clause, but if I'm Evander Kane, why would I want to leave Edmonton? Same as Ryan McLeod. Now the next one kind of offsetting here is because Philip Broberg has admitted he can play both sides. He's comfortable playing both sides. We've seen him play both sides of defense, left and right, and that's Brett Kulak, who has $2.75 million AAV this year and could make up that salary cap room. Only difference is that gives us less to buy Broberg or pay Broberg and Dylan Holloway. So Brett Kulak, love the guy, brilliant puck-moving defenseman. Had a shaky playoffs, that's for sure, with Brett Kulak, as he was, I'll just load up the stats here, 8 points in 25 games, -3. This season he had 19 points in 76 games for a +15. So he was actually on, or +5, sorry. He was on pace to have actually more points than his regular season if you do the math. But at the same time, Brett Kulak could be moved as well to make room for Philip Broberg, who, like I said, has played both sides pretty good for the Edmonton Oilers when he's gotten this chance. So, sorry that this video is kind of rumbly. It's been a long morning so far with kids yelling and stuff. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. Have a good one.